So I made a video last week called "Should You Date Multiple People?" And I think I took it for granted in making the video that when I say dating, I don't necessarily think that that means having sex with the person. But I was reading through the comments, and I think a lot of people do hear it that way. So some of you who may have watched the video may have also thought that when I said dating multiple people, I was also saying you should be having sex with all these people. That was not my intention. But I thought, given that, and I had another question that came in last week, and I thought that it'd be good to make a video just speaking into the idea of casual sex and really what we should do in regards to casual sex and what helps. I want to read the question that came in. I won't read the person's name, but she says, I was wondering if you could make a video speaking into whether or not it's okay to have casual sex with someone while you're looking for a relationship. She says that I do want a relationship and I am actively looking for one. But in the meantime, I was wondering if I could entertain a sexual relationship with someone on the side. Do you think there's a problem with that? Would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you. So I wanted to speak into this question and also in some of the comments that came in on last week's video, because I think this is an important topic, and I do have some definite suggestions to make around casual sex while you're looking for a relationship. So we'll talk about that in today's video. Now, before we get started, please like the video. Please share the video with a friend, somebody you think this might be helpful to. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram, wherever you're watching this video. Please do all that good stuff before we get started. Also, after you watch the video, I'd like to invite you to go to 7daysofinspiration.com, where you can subscribe for a free 7-day video series that will inspire you and empower you to create an epic love story. And I would love to share this video series with you. So you could do that at 7daysofinspiration.com. And I think we're good. Let's jump in. Thanks for watching today. So let's talk about casual sex, and is it okay to have casual sex while you're looking for a relationship? Now, something that happens with human beings, and it happens with all of us, for some reason, sex makes us crazy. And it's challenging to sometimes discuss these kinds of topics because as soon as the word sex is brought up or people start to relate the conversation to a sexual topic, we kind of lose our minds about it and go a little bit crazy. And I get why that happens. But in this video, I want to just practically talk about sex from a very logical, practical standpoint. And let's just treat it like it's anything else in this video. And if we can approach it from this perspective, I think you can really hear the idea that I'm trying to express in a powerful way. So casual sex when you're looking for a relationship, good idea or bad idea? Well, I want you to consider this, is that when you have any goal in life, if you want to create a relationship, if you want to create a career, if you're, whatever you're trying to accomplish in your life, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to, have happen for yourself. There are certain things you can do and not do that will get you closer or move you further away to it. There are certain actions you take that get you closer to that goal, certain actions you take that get you further away from that goal. I think when it comes to sex, we have a lot of judgment about it, a lot of right or wrong, and maybe that's, because this country was based on Protestantism. I don't know, but we have a lot of, judgment around sex. And I think if we could take that judgment off of it and not make it a moral conversation, because I really have no judgment. Like if you don't want a relationship, if you're totally fine being single, if you're happy, if you want to live a single lifestyle, if you want to have casual relationships and casual sex, and that's what you want to do, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't have any moral judgment against you for that. I would hope that you do it in a way where you are respectful, where you honor people, where you don't lead people on, where you have open communication, where you're, doing everything you can to not hurt people. And if you get involved with somebody and you realize your relationship is hurting them, then I hope you would be responsible enough to not do that, even if they would be willing to let you do it. So that's kind of where I stand on the casual sex thing. But I want to talk about specifically if you're in a relationship, because what my wife and I do and who we really work with are people who are looking to create a long-term conscious relationship. So if you really want to create a long-term conscious relationship, does having casual sex along the way really support that? And I would say if you look at the evidence, if you look at the results, if you look at what happens when we take a relationship to that level in a casual way, and you look at kind of not just doing that, but then the side effects of that and the aftermath of that and how it plays out, I think you'll see that time and time again, really across the board with every single person, every single situation, it becomes a huge distraction. It becomes a huge distraction and a huge, really, it creates a lot of problems, a lot of drama, a lot of conflict. And what tends to happen, I see people all the time say, oh, it's just casual, it doesn't mean anything, we're not getting involved, but then what ends up happening is they say it's casual, they say it doesn't mean anything, they say they're not gonna get wrapped up with the person, but then it just goes on and on and on. Why? Well, you had sex with someone once, you wanna do it again. And again and again and again. And especially when you have to choose between going on a date with someone you don't know or going to the comfort of the person that you're already sleeping with, even if you know this isn't the person that you ultimately want to be with, human beings will tend to opt for the comfortable option. We'll tend to opt for the option that's easiest, most available, quickest, more comfortable, more familiar. It's where we feel safest, and that's not a bad thing. That's just the way we're kind of wired as human beings. We're kind of wired to go to the option that is most available, most easiest. So if you give yourself that option, it's kind of like giving yourself a back door, like a way out. So you're like, I want this relationship. I want to have an epic love story. I want to find my life partner. I want to have that relationship of my dreams. And that's what I say I want. That's what I really want to have in my life. But when it comes down to it, day in and day out, I'm settling for this casual hookup thing I have on the side. And for most people, that's what happens when they start a casual sex relationship. Now, what are some other things that happen? Well, sometimes you sleep with somebody and then they don't want to talk to you after that, or they don't want to see you after that, or maybe you sleep with someone for a while and then they want to move on, and now you're upset or heartbroken about that. Even though it's not the person that you really wanted to be with, you still are upset and heartbroken about it because you got emotionally wrapped up with them. Or what if you don't get emotionally wrapped up with them? What if you just are entertaining a relationship because you don't have anything else going on and they get attached to you? And now you have to deal with breaking their heart. And like, so there's all this drama and conflict that gets wrapped up in it. And look, I get it. Like, I get it that it would be nice. It would be nice to have a comfortable, easy, familiar sexual relationship that you could use to blow off some steam while you're looking for the one. I get the appeal in that. I'm not like going to sit here and say like I don't get why somebody would want to do that. I totally get why someone would want to do that. I totally get why that seems like a good option. But I think if you really want a relationship, there's a certain maturity that comes where you've got to start to question the decisions you've made. And you've got to start to really get honest with yourself about, if I entertain this relationship, if I allow this person to take up space in my life, if I allow this person into my home, if I allow this person into my bed, is that going to get me to where I want to be, or is that going to get me away from where I want to be? And I'm going to share a personal story. I remember there was this time where there was this woman that we were working together. She was a colleague of mine, and I have nothing but respect for her to this day. A brilliant woman, amazing colleague. I have nothing but respect for her to this day. But there was kind of this flirtation between us, and I had been single for a while, and she was single. And like, I don't think either of us really wanted a relationship. Like, I knew I didn't want a relationship with her, but there was this constant flirtation between us. And I remember I reached out to her one time, and I kind of knew, what I was doing. I was, kind of looking for some company. And I reached out to her, and we started talking, and somehow it ended up, why don't you come over? And I'm like, well, if I come over, you know what's going to happen. It was that kind of thing. And I remember I said to her, you know what, I've got to be honest with you. That sounds like a lot of fun, and part of me really wants to do that. But I know that I want more than a casual hookup. And that's not, I don't want to open up that door because I know it's going to take me down a road that I don't really want to go down. And I shared this with her, and I remember she's like, wow, thank you so much for doing that. because the last thing I would ever want is for us to do something and then have you regret it. And I just, like, that was such a profound moment for me when I realized, like, wow, I realized how much just entertaining one night of fun that I had no serious commitment with, and opening up that door, and then I just saw myself going down that path. I'm like, it's not just going to be one night. We're going to start doing it on a regular basis. Before I know it, a year is going to go by, and we're going to be in a weird kind of relationship, and that's not what I want. And I think that when we open up that door, 90% of the time, that's what happens. To the degree that you can be clear about what you want, you can know what you want, you can be connected to that dream, that desire, and you can feel that in your heart, and every day feel like you're getting closer to that, and make every decision based on what you feel like is bringing you closer to it. If you can do that, I truly, truly think you will find love, and it will be so much more gratifying than all those quick, instant gratifications that you might have taken up along the way that would have later become a distraction. So those are my thoughts. You know, if you want a relationship, make decisions that are going to bring you toward that relationship. If you don't want a relationship, do what you want, do it respectfully. But if you want a relationship, make decisions that are going to bring you toward that relationship. And if you'd like some tools that are going to bring you toward that relationship, go to 7daysofinspiration.com, where over 7 days I'm giving you the most profound and empowering ideas to help you consciously create an epic love story. Thanks for watching today's video. Please drop a comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts, and we'll see you soon. Take care.